virtually evil. They call him the Ringmaster, but it's no circus he's bringing to Riverdale. Meet the evil Trogs, stars of a game so real, you'll forget you were playing virtually evil.
Video games are evil, or at least that's what this episode seems to say, whereas I say that's the pot calling the kettle black. This episode opens with this.
Hello, Riverdale. The virtual circus is in town.
And yet this guy is not the bad guy of the episode. In fact, he's not even in most of the episode. So I'm not sure why there's this extremely sinister setup for him at the beginning. The gang goes to a carnival in town, and as usual, when I say the gang, I mean literally the gang, as there's not another person in sight, and find a video game being demonstrated. 4 of the gang, with Jughead not participating, try playing it and find that Archie is very good at the game. So good that he begins to turn into Reggie, a phrase I do not use lightly.
Tired of losing to the undisputed champion?
Now that you mention it, it was pretty rude the way you kept blasting me when I wasn't looking.
Well, if you were good enough, you would have blasted me first.
As this goes on, something happens with the machine and Archie is confronted by a huge one of the creatures that they've been fighting, but the gang is quickly pulled from the game before anything can happen. Later, the same creature appears outside the game and attacks the guy who made it before going around Riverdale digitizing things. Now, how did the creatures get out of the game? Would be just as good a question as how the gang were moving about in the game, despite the fact they appear to be lying down in chairs with no way to move about. The game creator comes and warns Archie and gives him weapons and armor from the game, which look absolutely idiotic, especially since the gun is decided to not look like a gun at all, but instead a compact mirror on a stick for some reason. The monsters reveal that everything in the game was real to them, since where the others went was another dimension, which makes me wonder why they kept attacking them then instead of leaving them alone so they wouldn't be killed. As well as why there's no evidence of this fact during the games until the big guy appears, because really it just feels like the show is bullshitting the audience to the nth degree. When Archie is surrounded and captured by the monsters, luckily Betty comes to save the day and blasts the big boss, which for some reason destroys every other monster all at the same time. So while this episode may have tried hard to get to the high score board, on this list it only makes it to number 18.